Hi, we're Lewis and Shelley and welcome to the west coast of the NC500. I'm a real disappointment of a man.
The kids at nursery to not run across the road. You know why? In case you fall over.
In this series we are taking Shelley's dad's camper van to some of the most remote places in the UK. In parts 1 and 2 we explored the east and north coasts, and if you missed those videos the link will be in the description below. So without further ado, let's get into it. Good morning. So we've just woken up from our free camping spot about 5 minutes north of the Kylesque Bridge. We just parked up, about to have our breakfast.
We went for a walk this morning where we went yesterday where we saw all the deers, and we got soaking wet and didn't see any deer.
Yeah, so not in the best spirits today, I think it has to be said. But anyway, the plan for today is to head down to Achnahaird waterfalls, I think that's how it's pronounced, before heading back towards the coast to the west, heading towards Loch Inver. There's a few beaches down there that we want to go and see, so we're spending the night just by Achnahaird beach, so hopefully the weather picks up a bit, because at the moment it's not looking too promising.
As you travel over the distinctive curved bridge, the surrounding views are outstanding. A 7-minute drive away is the Wailing Widow Falls. It took us a while to find it, but eventually we found the small car park, which is practically a small lay-by, only big enough for 3 or 4 cars. It's a bit of a scramble across some rocks to reach the waterfall, but if you just keep on walking for around 10 minutes, the view you are greeted with is spectacular.
We then headed along the Drumbeg coastal road, which is not recommended for large vehicles, and you can see why. The Drumbeg road is a single track road with plenty of steep hills and blind corners. However, we found that after the most challenging drives we were usually rewarded with the most spectacular views. We like a challenge, don't we? We pulled up at Drumbeg Viewpoint and admired the views for a while.
The coastal route takes you past some beautiful beaches. We headed towards Achnahaird Falls. You have to park behind Achnahaird Beach and walk up the hill, and from there the falls are signposted. Other than passing over a few stepping stones, the walk up to the falls is steady and less of a scramble than the Wailing Widow Falls. You are able to climb right up to the falls so you can feel the sheer force of the waterfall for yourself, and the atmosphere here just felt magical.
What did you just do?
I was cleaning the plate, I was drying the plate, and then it slipped out my hands. So yeah, that's
So
what
now
happens
it's in
when
lots of-
things slip out your hands.
It's in lots of different pieces.
Yep. So I've got a bit of kitchen towel tonight.
He's not having a very good day.
It's not doing well.
Dragon's real.
So you tell me, a dragon's real?
Go back.
A dragon's real?
Go back. With her.
After that little mishap and a small argument over dragons, we went for a rainy walk on Clactal Beach.
No wellies.
What?
The rain got the better of us and we headed straight to Shore Caravan and Camping Site and made friends with the cutest neighbours.
Shore campsite sits right by the famous Achnahaird beach, where we saw the most crystal clear blue water we have ever seen. We walked along the cliffs and scrambled down the rocks and had the entire beach to ourselves.
Stinky beach. We smell. Yeah.
With water that clear, I just couldn't refuse.
She's going for a paddle. Is it cold? Are the fish swum off?
Oh,
What?
pain.
Good. You can't even tell you're in water, it's so clear.
I'm in pain.
So you bought swimming trunks all the way to Scotland and you're not going to go in?
I'm a real disappointment of a man. It's our first non-self-cooked meal at shore campsite at Achnahaird beach.
So there's a fish and chip shop.
Yeah.
After a long, cold and wet day, we now get to sit in the van eating fish and chips,
Yeah.
overlooking the sea.
Not a bad end to the day. Good morning.
Morning.
So we're just about to head off from shore campsite at Achnahaird beach. I think we're going to head down to a town called Lochimber. I think we're going to stop off at the Bone Caves probably this afternoon.
And the castle.
And yeah, Ardrett Castle as well. We'll probably be there before the Bone Caves. And then we might spend the night at Ullapool. So.
But we woke up this morning and the fridge decided to stop working.
Yeah,
so we need to try and solve that.
We've
today.
had a few problems with the fridge overnight.
When we got here yesterday, all the electrics just went off completely.
Yeah, so we plugged it into the main battery on the car and it's working. I think the leisure battery just might need a bit of a charge, so we might have to go to a hookup tonight. But apart from that, apart from the weather as well, the weather's took a turn for the worst again today. But
We've
yeah.
still been lucky overall with the weather though.
Yeah, it's not been too bad. But yeah, we're going to hit the road now. We drove to Lochimber and got some much missed phone signal on 4G and then carried on to Ardrett Castle.
Teach the kids at nursery to not run across the road. You know why?
Why?
In case you fall over.
And so after that lesson in road safety, we headed over to the castle. We both agreed that this castle blew away our expectations and was far more impressive than the pictures we had seen online. The low clouds and rain only added to the dramatic atmosphere.
Just behind the lay-by for the castle is Ardrett Castle waterfall, which is impressive in itself. We then headed up to the Bone Caves. This beautiful walk leads up a limestone valley and is around 4.5 kilometres. The caves become visible on a steep slope at the foot of a cliff. When the caves were excavated, they were found to contain the remains of a polar bear, which was believed to have roamed in this area during the Ice Age.
It's a bit further than we thought.
The walk followed an easy path for most of the route, but to get up to the caves was a bit of a scramble and steep in parts. This is where I discovered I'm not a big fan of heights, and so the walk took us a bit longer to complete than expected. When we made it to the top, there was plenty of big caves to explore and time to take in the extraordinary views over the valley.
So So we made it to the bone caves. Some of it was a bit sketchy at times, especially when you're walking across a really steep gradient and there's just rocks all around you that have fallen over time. So
These views are good from up here though.
yeah, the views are worth it once you get up there, but it does get a bit sketchy, I must admit.
In one of these caves there was a polar bear.
Yeah, there was
that was found.
a big polar bear, plenty of foxes and all sorts of different animals. I think I know what this face needs.
What?
I think it needs a happy chappy beer. It's not a happy chappy at the moment.
Feeling a little worn out, we then headed down to Ullapool and arrived at Broomfield Holiday Park. Ullapool is a little harbour town, so we had to walk around, watch the boats going by and got ourselves to the pub for a beer.
Good morning, so we're just about to head off from Broomfield campsite. We've had a bit of a mixed experience at this campsite, to be honest. It's been the most expensive we've paid, but the facilities haven't really backed it up. I mean, the views from where we're pitched right now are really good, overlooking the sea and stuff, but the facilities are a bit dirty and could do a bit of a tidy up.
We wouldn't recommend staying here.
Yeah, probably wouldn't recommend staying here.
The only good thing is there is a Tesco, literally like a 2-minute drive from here. So
Yeah,
that's where we're
yeah,
going
that's
now.
the best thing. And the location's good anyway, so it's not all bad. Anyway, so today we're just going to head up to Tesco and do a big shop. And then we're going to probably hit the road. I haven't really planned where we're going yet, but I think we're going to go to a gorge, probably, which is going to be our first stop. And then we're going to head towards the coast again. We'll just see where we end up, I guess. So the coastline that we're going to be driving along today is called the Gairloch coastline. So I'm assuming it will come to a place called Gairloch, but we'll find out, I guess.
2.6 million years ago.
We walked down to the gorge and crossed over the suspension bridge, admiring the falls of Mesac below. If you are scared of heights, it's probably not advisable to cross over, as the bridge, which can only hold a maximum of 6 people, has slits so you can see straight down to the floor. In saying that, if you can brave the bridge, the views are spectacular. Further along from the suspension bridge, there is also a viewing platform which gives another view above the gorge.
So the gorge that we came to is called Corrie Gorge. It's definitely worth a stop off. I mean, my legs have just stopped shaking.
The bridge is see-through.
Yeah, it's see-through between the 2 planks of wood, or 3. And it's just an absolute sheer drop either side, so spectacular but scary at the same time. Just a 20-minute drive from Corrie Gorge, just at the side of the road we found Ardessy Falls. As we didn't have phone signal at the time, we were unaware that this particular waterfall is the last in a trail which follows several waterfalls.
One of our favourite things about travelling in a van is having the freedom to pull up in lay-bys like this and make a meal. We came across this incredible viewpoint where they filmed the movie Shell and had lunch overlooking this breathtaking scenery.
So we just arrived at our free camping spot for tonight. It's called Firemore Beach, so just about to have a look around and see what it's like.
Firemore Beach is an unspoilt, rural, sandy beach. We walked along the red-toned sand, once again in awe of the beautiful blue water.
So, after a long day on the road, you know, you just want to chill out for a bit. Well, tonight we haven't really chilled out much because just as we were about to cook dinner, we looked down at Shelly's leg and we noticed that she had a tick sucking away at her blood or whatever it is they do. So we spent the next half an hour getting it out of her leg. We didn't have tweezers, so we used nail clippers. And then, just as we sort of calmed down because we were ourselves, we noticed, or Shelly noticed on my neck that I also had a tick. So then I was myself as well. So again, and then in the commotion, we got the tick off, and then the door fell off, the side loading door. So, but yeah, we've sorted that now anyway. So now for dinner. So apparently ticks hate garlic, and they hate lemon as well. So we've got Shelly's making a garlic wrap. I'm not really sure what that is. And I'm drinking some cloudy lemonade. So these ticks can just do one tonight. They really can. I think it's fair to say that the ending to part 3 really sucks. Coming up in the final chapter of our NC500 adventure, we take on the Balaknabar Pass. And let's just say, it will be dramatic.
My hands are literally shaking so much.
If you enjoyed this video, we'd really appreciate your feedback by giving us a like, a comment, and if you want to see some more content from us, then please subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.